If there is a CS nominee finding it very hard, that Soipan Tuya, CS nominee for defense. Upon William Ruto nominating her today morning, she took to her social media accounts to thank Ruto. This is what she said. Honorable Soipan Tuya, eternally grateful to God for his favor. I thank His Excellency President William Ruto for nominating me to serve as Cabinet Secretary Defense. Upon confirmation, I will give it my all in service to the people of Kenya. Kenyans have been greeting her since that time. Miguna had this to say, Dr. Miguna, with the appointment of Soipan Tuya as Cabinet Secretary of Defense, Zakayo William Ruto is attempting to make his bedroom affairs matters of state. Revolutionary patriots, Gen Zs and millennials must stop Ruto from desecrating our country, its institutions and values. And then he did not stop there. More Kenyans have been greeting Honorable Soipan Tuya. There is one here called Letifas TM. From kupanda mti to jemedaling wa majeshi wa Muyu, wewe kwanza ni nani? Heri duali sasa. Hesbon Etiang, wait for parliament vetting. Wangui Masharia, just and ask, does she have any military background? Gringo, lazima utarudishia mzee shukrani later tonight. Javanda, mchezo wa taoni. And then we are seeing Soipan there with Ruto in that image. Evans Wolf, you just don't qualify to be in charge of defense. Eric Musyoki, talking too soon. Gen Zs are still working on your office. Elmayo II, ngoja vetting. Mwalimu Eric, ulimpea na style gani? Sasa rais atapanda miti surely. Mr. Kenyatta, we know the reason. And then you are seeing that image there. Kerry, give it or him your all. Word Japonch, Ruto is not God. Do not drag the name of God in your illicit affair. Where is your shame? Afkuno, you give it your all. And then you are seeing that image. Adele, US Defense CS versus Kenya Defense CS. Who bewitched us? Letifas TM, which position got you this position? Those are just some of the reactions from Kenyans. And some reactions we cannot actually not read here because of some other reasons. But it's very clear Kenyans are pouring their anger on this year's Soipan Tuya. Hardly 1 week ago, upon William Ruto nominating her CS environment, she was greeted by Kenyans who urged her to reject that position. But it appears instead of her rejecting that position, she's being promoted to another position. It's getting interesting, ladies and gentlemen. I want us to put all this into perspective for Kenyans to understand what's happening here. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. Why is it that Soipan Tuya is receiving all this hate? In fact, She's receiving it more than any other CS nominee. What could be wrong here? Kenyans don't trust William Ruto, and also they don't trust CS nominee Soipan Tuya. It all boils down to integrity of these individuals. Is Ruto a man of integrity? Is Soipan Tuya a woman of integrity? I don't think Kenyans trust them, and that's why all this hate. The relationship between Ruto and Soipan Tuya is seen as beyond just a president appointing a CS. Kenyan sits deeper than that, and that's what is informing all these hate. So it all boils down to the integrity of these two individuals. Kenyans don't think they are people of high integrity. So they're just trying to use a public office for their own selfish interests. Secondly, if you look at William Ruto, Kenyans don't approve of William Ruto's leadership. Kenyans see William Ruto as incompetent. So any person he appoints in his government is also being seen as incompetent. Birds of the same feathers will always flock together. A sane mind cannot work for Ruto. A sane mind will never work for Ruto. So Kenyans are just transferring their hate for Ruto to Soipan Tuya. And it may be true that Soipan Tuya is just as incompetent as William Ruto himself. That's also informing the hate. And also coupled with the fact that in the last 2 years, having served as a CS, she has got nothing to show for what she has done in her ministry. That's also informing all this hate. She's not a performer. She is incompetent. She can't deliver. If you look at it again, it's coming out very clearly that William Ruto's rule, how he became the president and how he's ruling, Kenyans never gave him that mandate. And now that brings us to 2022 presidential election. Did Ruto win the 2022 presidential election? The answer is a very big no. So anything he does, Kenyans just see he's doing something very bad. After all, who gave him the mandate to rule? We never elected him our president. So anything he does is seen as illegitimate. As I conclude, if you look at Soipan Tuya, I honestly believe that Soipan Tuya should be listening to Kenyans. Upon being nominated CS Environment, Kenyans sent thousands, if not millions of text messages to her, pleading with her not to accept that position. Soipan Tuya is not a visitor in Kenya. She understands what the ground is saying. That post, she's going to serve on behalf of Kenyans. If Kenyans don't trust her ability to serve in that position she's being nominated for, the best thing is for her to reject that kind of an appointment because Kenyans don't have faith and trust and confidence in her. But by now holding on to that office, even though Kenyans are against her holding that office, confirms that this is a person who is not there to serve Kenyans, but she's just there to serve her own personal interests and the interest of Ruto. Kenyans have rejected her. The best thing she ought to have done as a woman of integrity was to reject that appointment. It's that simple. But she's holding on to it as if that's a private office. Yes. And she's also aware that Kenyans want Ruto out. How then can she accept an appointment from somebody who has already lost that legitimacy? Yes. It's all selfishness, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stop it there. If you're watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Any person watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Thank you. God bless you.